Hello, hello. Welcome on in to our second training of the week. Super excited to be with y'all. I'm just getting this shared over into my group. So just bear with me one second as you're coming in. Say hey. If you are watching the replay, type replay in the comments. That is how I know that you stopped by. I am going to pull this up briefly on my phone just to make sure the audio is okay. That is how. Yes, it's working. Bless. Okay. I'm using a microphone today because something might be up with my laptop mic.
Don't want me to say, Hannah? You want me to apologize? Say I'm sorry, I'm not.
Sorry, a video started playing on my phone. Okay, I am getting this shared into the group right now. Woohoo! All right, post. Okay, so we're gonna start to see the people come in. Let me turn my volume down, and just to make sure that I don't miss any of the comments, I am gonna also pull this up on my phone. All right, I think I got all my ducks in a row. How exciting is that? Yay. Okay, so welcome back to Next Era Week. This is a week dedicated to just helping people get unstuck in their business, get some new ideas, get some encouragement, be a part of a fun community, and figure out some things to help move their business forward, which that is what we're looking for, right? We want to move our businesses forward. And my name is Melina Dixon. If you're new to me, I was in direct sales for 21 years. I sold skincare and cosmetics, and I did that for about close to 8.5 years. And then I sold home fragrance and decor for 12.5 years. 12.5 years. Math is not my strong suit. I'm just going to keep it real. I can do math, but I shouldn't do it without a calculator. So, all right, here we are. So after our last training, we talked about what's in and what's out. And I know for many of you that probably brought a mix of relief, but also like, what do I actually do? What do I actually do now? So I want to give you something really, really simple. So this is not going to be a complicated content calendar and not a rigid schedule that you follow for 3 days and then abandon, because the truth of the matter is that everybody's in, we're all in different places in life and in business. I am going to quickly I'll put myself on camera so you guys can see me in the corner. Hey friends. I try not to block the slides, so if I need to move myself in a second, I absolutely will, but I wanted you to see my face. I'm wearing my Cool Girl shirt today. If you know, you know. Some of y'all have one of these shirts. This shirt dates back to like 2018, so it's been with me for a while, and I don't think it has any holes in the armpits, so that's a win. Yay. But yeah, so we're all in like different places in our business. That's normal, that's natural. And so it doesn't make sense for me to give you this rigid schedule and say you have to do this day, like these very, very specific things, like this day and this day and this day. Like that, first of all, that really kind of sucks the fun out of all this. Like, business should be fun. Selling should feel good. You should enjoy it. All of it. Yes, it's work, but it should have a layer of fun with it as well. So what I want to give you though is a rhythm, because the truth is like, you don't need a new plan every week. You shouldn't have to start over every week either. You need a plan that you can repeat. So I would love to, like, if you feel like commenting, if you feel so inclined to comment, live viewers or replay viewers, what part of your business feels most inconsistent right now? Like, where do you feel like you're really struggling the most? Is it planning what to post? Is it actually doing the posting? Is it starting conversations? Is it following up? Feel free to drop that in the comments. All right, am I on the right train? Am I on the right slides? Hold on. I'm not on the right slides. You guys, anybody can do this. I was like, why do my slides not match what I'm saying? And why am I not talking about the thing I'm supposed to be talking about right now? You guys, we're going to totally have a do-over. So let's just suck back everything in that I said. Forget I said it all. Forget I said any of it. Because I was seriously, I somehow jumped ahead in my slides. I don't even know how. I think there's a ghost in my office. Because today's topic is actually the weekly rhythm that keeps you consistent without doing the most. Bless. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that happened. I'd love to be embarrassed, but it's really hard for me to get embarrassed. So... And this is my life. This actually makes perfect sense. So, okay, I will update the I'll update the post caption once I hop off. Okay. So I should have known, like, the words that were coming out of my mouth, I'm like, this doesn't feel right. So, goodness gracious, friends. All right, let's suck it all in and try again. Okay, so here we are. The weekly rhythm that keeps you consistent without doing the most. That's what I actually wanted to talk to you about today. So now we can look back at what we talked about in the last training. And if you haven't watched it yet, I hope someone is laughing their fanny off right now at my boo-boo. Because I would be laughing if I wasn't if I wasn't on camera trying to deliver the training to you guys. I'm going to laugh about it a lot after this. Okay, so yeah, so I've got on the slide, like, what we talked about, what's out, what's in, and, it's helpful to have that information, but like I said, some of y'all are probably like, well, what do I actually do now, And so I'm just going to jump ahead. Look at the little brain questioning everything. The brain is like, what do I do? What do I do? So that's what we're going to talk about. So yeah, so now y'all can answer my question. Which part of your business feels most inconsistent right now? Would love to know. And I'm looking at this on my phone. Hi, Whitney. Whitney, I see your comment when I'm on Facebook, like on my laptop, but I don't see it on my phone. My phone was supposed to be my helper, but if comments are not showing up on my phone, then boo to that. So, hi, thanks for being here. And I'm going to have to make sure that, like, I tell all the replay viewers to just skip to when I actually figured out what the heck I was doing. Okay, so back to our scheduled program. Yeah, so there's I know people struggle with, like, figuring out what to post. I feel like that's a really, really big one for a lot of people. And actually I answered kind of a question about that last night in the Q&A. Someone was like, how do I do kind of personality content when I feel like I'm not a very exciting person? And so I shared some really good information there. But yeah, figuring out what to post, or actually sitting down and doing the posting, or starting those conversations. Sometimes it feels a little awkward when someone, you think they're showing interest, but you're like, okay, what do I say now? And then I know follow-up is a huge, huge struggle for many, many people. And that's a topic that I love to talk about so much, because it's so important. And I talked about this a little bit last night as well. Like, follow up, I mean, it is the act of follow up is, I guess, the end result will help you get sales for sure. Like, you do want sales. You want to make sure that if your customers need something, they have it. But it's such a big service component to your business, and it's something that not a lot of people do or do well. And so if you can get in a really good follow-up rhythm and groove, that I mean, it does set you apart from the crowd, which is exciting. All right, so now I can go to the next slide. Boom. Oh wait, no, I don't want to show you that yet. So what I see a lot, and what I hear when I'm talking to my coaching clients or just clients in general, is like, people are trying to be consistent, but they either feel like they're starting over every week, or they feel like, you know, they're definitely starting from scratch every week because there's so many ideas out there. They hear things from other people and they're like, oh, that's the thing I should be doing. Or they feel like they have to get a new plan together. And it's really exhausting. And so consistency, it doesn't come from motivation. It comes from you having something to go back to again and again, getting in a really good rhythm. I talked a little bit last night during the Q&A about building a momentum, and I talked about consistency last night as well, in terms of like, consistency is not about being perfect. It's about like how you bounce back when something like doesn't work out how you thought it would. It's about, you know, it is about showing up. It's about those small actions, because those small actions, they snowball and they add up over time. And before you know it, you've built this incredible momentum in your business to where, you know, it feels like, oh my gosh, like every time I turn the corner, I'm just winning. I'm having people reach out to me to make a purchase with me, or people want to join my group because their friend referred them, or people want to shop with me because their friend was raving about this product they got from me. And like, what a cool place to be. And I know that that's a place that a lot of people would like to be, but they just haven't gotten there yet. So I'm going to walk you through a really, really simple rhythm that you can follow every single week. And this is like just to help you make sure that you're doing the things that actually matter, the things that are going to move the needle forward in your business, and that you are doing them on a consistent basis. This is how you create that momentum. And the other thing that I want to say, because I know a lot of us are, you know, we want that instant gratification. I want to eat the salad for lunch today, and I want to weigh, you know, 10 pounds less tomorrow, but that's not reality. And so you are going to have to plant seeds. You know, you're going to put some effort in now that you're not necessarily going to see the fruits from that labor tomorrow. You might not even see it 30 days from now. And so you have to be disciplined. You have to stay positive. What you feed your brain is so important. The people that you hang around in business, also very important. You need to be around encouragers, not discouragers. If people have poopy attitudes, I'm not saying you got to cut people out of your life, but I'm saying those aren't your people that you go to for advice. Those are not even the people that you should go to vent, because they're going to say, see, I told you none of this works. I told you you're wasting your time, and we don't need that energy in our life. So you gotta, like I said, stay positive, have good people around you. If you haven't found an accountability buddy yet, I talked about that on Saturday. That's really, really important, because this business allows us so much freedom and flexibility to truly work whenever we want to work. But that's not necessarily like a good thing, because that means we can not work for a long, long, long time and then nothing happens. So yeah, so I'm going to give you this this simple rhythm. I do believe it is very simple. So part 1 is connect. And feel free, if you have any questions about anything I am sharing, you drop those in the comments. Hi Tina, welcome. Yeah, so Whitney, I'm actually I've been thinking a lot about a training for sponsoring, like talking to people about the business opportunity, and there's a lot of really fun ways that you can do it. I've done, you know, opportunity chats and all sorts of different fun things like that. But planting seeds, I would just say start with planting some seeds, because there are people right now, like I'm not psychic, but I know this to be true. There are people right now who are like, man, I wish I could find something like fun and flexible to do to make some extra money. That could really be awesome. And Whitney, I'm 99.9% certain you sell pampered chef. Tell me if I'm wrong. But I think you do. And so you've got people who are like, they love to be in the kitchen. They, like, this would be totally up their alley. And so plant those seeds. And just start small. That's all you gotta do. Okay, so part 1, connecting. So this, y'all, yes, okay. Yay, I love when my memory serves me and not fails me, because it fails me a lot of times. All right, I'm curious to see if we get any questions from any of these things that I'm gonna talk about. Feel free, like if you need me to elaborate on anything, just let me know. But part 1 is connecting. This is the part where people either like skip it or they really rush through it, but truly this is where everything starts. So these are your engagement posts. These are posting things that are going to open the door for people to comment, because when people comment, you can reply to their comments. And I think I talked, I don't know if I talked about this on Saturday, if I talked about it last night, but I think maybe Saturday. When you open the door for people to engage with you, you know, build connections, start conversations, and that will help you with your sales. So this is also checking in with people. We talked, I think we talked a little bit about that last night as well. I love how like everything's really connected. Someone asked about like, how do I just check in without feeling like I always feel like I'm offering them something or trying to get them to buy something, but I genuinely just want to check in. So we talked about that last night. This is also replying to comments and messages. And so, yeah, if someone takes the time to comment on something you post, you absolutely should acknowledge their comment. If I'm busy, I'll usually just like it or heart it. I heart a lot of things. And then when I have a minute, I'll go back and like reply to people's comments, or I'll just wait until I know I have time, dedicated time to just sit, you know, with my phone in my hand and like engage with comments, especially if people ask questions or they share something that like, you know, I definitely want to respond to. I was doing that like last night and this morning from yesterday's Q&A. So this is more than just posting. This is actually interacting. So some of you are thinking, but nobody responds to anything I post. Well, that's a bigger conversation. Hey, Sam. But you know, there are tools and resources out there if you are like, yeah, I need some help on the engagement front. I know a girl actually who has a graphic subscription. That's pretty cool. Okay, so be honest. Do you feel more comfortable posting or actually starting the conversations? I'd be curious to know. very excited about the freebie, you guys. I can't wait to show it to you. Yeah, so you feel more comfortable with posting. I get it. All right, next. Part 2 is sharing. So we talked a little bit about this as well on Saturday. So this is like, so I would say, you know, if you've been around long enough, you know about the 80-20 rule. 80% of your social content should, you know, really, it should engage and you know, help open the door for building relationships. I don't even know if I would call it 80-20 anymore. Maybe I would, because I truly don't believe you have to post an excessive amount every single day. And I can tell y'all like my formula towards the end when I talk about the tracker. But you know, if we're going to call our 80% really our engagement, those fun posts that, you know, ask questions, get people talking about themselves, then the 20% is what's on this slide right now. That's your problem solving content. Those are stories. So that could be, you know, stories can be so many things. It can be your personal experience with a product, I'm thinking about you, your kitchen fails. Like people need to hear that kind of stuff. Like when you think, man, this recipe is about to be great, and then you go, oh, I forgot to put like a key ingredient in it, and that made it made it not great. But that can also be other people's stories where you have some really, really exciting and powerful testimonials from other people who've had great experiences with the product that you sell. That's also tips. I love a good how-to. I love like educating people about the product, and I especially love when we have products that can be used a variety of different ways. Like people love to hear that stuff. Like you give them the opportunity to go, well, wait, I never would have thought that in a million years, but how cool. Like, I guess, you know, I can't think of a good example. But I did go kitchen for just a second, like split second in my mind. And I'm like, I bet I could use some like kitchen tongs to help get my dog's toys from under the couch. Like that's random, but you know, how funny would that be? Someone would be like, oh, okay, I have dogs and they're always putting their toys under the couch. I've already got the perfect tool because I have, you know, my Pampered Chef kitchen tongs or whatever. I don't even know if that's a product you guys sell. I just made that up. And then the fourth item is things that make people feel seen or helped. So that's, I mean, that's a lot of different things, but like when you do get vulnerable with people, like when you share those, like those kind of personal struggles, like, and how the product helped you, like it's just like I said, it's very, very powerful. It helps people know that they're not alone, and that's a really, really big deal. You've used tongs to get things behind the bed. See, we do what we gotta do. And Gwen said posting is the easiest for her. Yeah, I think posting over like replying, I think if I had to choose between the two, I think posting would probably be the easier one for me as well. So I get it. I'm trying not to be distracted, but I'm getting so many like alerts on my phone right now. I might have to put it in airplane mode. Okay. So, what I want to say about this part is this is where you actually build some trust. You get to show people, like, you know your stuff, like, you know what your product does, you know how amazing it is and what it can do for people. You're educating people on how to use it, those fun like hacks. The tongs have multi-purposes. They're not just for flipping meat or for mixing up a salad. And people go, okay, wow, okay, so I'm learning here, and I'm not constantly being sold to. So like, okay, this is a big deal. Like, it gets people to kind of like, metaphorically, like, lean in a little. People don't need more noise. They need something that actually helps them. And I feel so incredibly strongly about that. Like, people are looking for your products right now. They might not know that it's your product. They might not even know what the product is called, but there are people right now who are like, man, I wish I had, I wish my skin was like this instead of this. I wish there was a product to help me with this skincare problem. I wish I had these tools to make, preparing dinner easier. Or I wish I could find, seasonings or mixes that, like, I knew were good quality that my family would love. I wish that, my house smelled more fresh and welcoming when I had people over. I wish I had fragrance products that didn't cause me headaches. I wish that I had access to books and educational products, because it's summertime and I want my kids to, I don't want them to watch TV the whole summer. I want them to actually engage their brain this summer. Or I wish that I had, I wish that I had some like statement jewelry pieces that looked good with kind of everything that I wore, so that I didn't have to really stress about how I was going to accessorize, but I still felt put together and was able to show up. I wish that I had, products for my hands or my nails. Like, I hate the way my nails look. I wish that there was a product to help me strengthen my nails. You guys see, I'm just going down the Rolodex of my brain of different products. I talked about a lot, but I know that there's many that I missed. But I say all that to say, like, there are people looking for what you sell. All right, next, part 3 is invite. So this is where you got to let people know what you offer, and you got to give them a next step. And this is where a lot of people get stuck, because while we joined a company to sell a product, we don't want to be salesy. I get that. Can anyone relate? Is anyone just nodding their head right now going, yeah, I don't want to be salesy. Tongs to reach things on the top shelf of your pantry. Gwen, I love that. I have 2 younger sisters, but the youngest of the 2 is, she's a little vertically challenged. She's like, I don't think she's quite 5 foot yet. Well, she's grown, so she's never going to be 5 foot. I think she's like 4, maybe 4'11". And when we lived together, she would have like this grabber to get like the cereal from the very top shelf, because we had very high cabinets. So like, you do what you got to do. I appreciate that. Okay. So, people, I feel free to comment if you do this, and if you don't want to comment, that's okay too. You can just silently nod your head, but I know people do this because I've seen it and I've had the conversations. But like, people will tell me like, I'm super active in my group, I'm super active on my business page, or I'm super active on social, and no one ever buys anything. But you, in a lot of cases, they're sharing a lot of marketing content, like those marketing graphics that your companies make for y'all. They're great, so great that you guys have that support. But if you flip back to part 2, like, that's the kind of content that you want to share, and maybe there's an opportunity to pair some of that along with the marketing graphics. But real life pictures of your product or real life videos of your product much, yeah, I said much 5 times more powerful than the prettiest marketing flyer or graphic. And you can't expect sales if you never actually open the door. And many people think, well, I posted that there's a sale, or I posted that I have this new thing, but you didn't actually give people a next step. You sort of kind of let them know what you offer, but you didn't actually invite them to take the next step. All right, and our 4th and final part is follow up. So this is, checking back in. This is continuing conversations. This is following up with people who showed interest. And you guys, this is where the money is. The fortune is in the follow-up. If you've never heard that before, I'm saying it now. The fortune is truly in the follow-up. And the other thing is that you're going to find that not everyone makes a purchase the first time you talk to them about your product. And so that means you still have more work to do. And following up, I get it. I felt very uncomfortable in the beginning with like, oh, I've got to wait, they didn't say yes. So does that mean they said no? Nope, they didn't say no. They just didn't say yes. And so, you do follow up, because there are many reasons why someone doesn't necessarily make a purchase that initial time you talk to them about the product. They maybe need to wait for payday. Maybe they need to think about it a little bit more. Maybe they have some other products that they want to hurry up and use before they bring anything new into their house. That's kind of the space I'm living in. I definitely, I'm trying to simplify. And so, I don't need 17 products that all do the exact same thing. I only need one, right? So it's on you to follow up. And it's also okay to say hey, I want to see how I want to phrase this. If someone shows interest, but they don't make a purchase, it's okay to say hey, would it be all right if I followed up with you in a couple of weeks? Or when would be a better time for me to check in with you about this? Get that answer from them. And then you have your follow-up system, and you check back in with them when it's the right time. Hey, Connie. This is also continuing conversations, which kind of goes to the question that we talked about last night. It's okay, while you're I don't want to say romancing a customer, but while you're kind of waiting, for them to make that purchase, or waiting for them to make their next purchase, it's okay to still stay in touch with them. You don't have to go radio silent until it's time for them to reorder. So that's where what I talked about last night is go peek at their social, see what's going on in their life. Are they going on a vacation? Did they just come back from a vacation? Are they doing a project in their home? Did they have some, exciting life event happen? Or, did something unfortunate recently happen? Maybe that's not the time to check back in with them about anything. Maybe that's the time to just send a message and say, hey, I saw your post and I just want you to know I'm thinking about you. But continuing those conversations, people want to know that you're not just in it for their money. You're in it to build a relationship. And the third bullet in this, following up with people who showed interest. I know that is tough, because you're well, if they're interested, why would they not just go on my website and make a purchase? So check in with them, find out, do they have questions? Do they need help deciding? Do they need help placing their order. But follow up, it's crucial. You got to do it. Okay. I am so excited. I'm so excited. I'm getting close. You guys, to the freebie. So when you look at your week, you just don't have to overcomplicate things. You just need to make sure that these 4 things are happening. You're connecting, you're sharing, you're inviting, and you're following up. And I talked about this last night, like, it doesn't matter how pretty your office looks, how cute and perfect your graphics are. It doesn't matter, if you have the most organized inventory ever. What matters is the conversations that you're having, and connecting, sharing, inviting, and following up are really all centered around starting or having conversations. So this is your rhythm. The rhythm is going to get you. If you know, you know. I think that's Gloria Estefan. Rhythm is going to get you. You know what it's going to get you? It's going to get you momentum in your business. I'm going to rewrite the song. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You are going to find, like, some days are easier than others. Some weeks are easier than others. But you commit to repeating this. Connect, share, invite, follow up. I wish that it spelled an acronym. I wish it was like a word, but that's okay. Connect, share, invite, follow up. Connect, share, invite, follow up. I'm going to say it enough times that it's just going to be ingrained in your brain. And you repeat that week after week after week. So while other people are like posting and praying and showing up super salesy, you're doing like this plan, and a lot of it, you guys, might not be visible to others. Like, yes, what you're posting for engagement and what you're posting to share your product in the right way, yeah, people might see that, but a lot of the conversations, the inviting, the following up, the continued conversations, like, that's not always visible to people, but those are the most those are the parts that, like, actually bring you sales. Very rarely even now do I post, hey, I got this thing for sale, and people just flock to my website. that's never been how it works for me, and I don't know if it ever will be, and that's okay. But in the connecting and the sharing and the inviting and the following up, I've had people even now go, you know what, you're right, I need to go ahead and grab that. Like, so, okay, I get so excited about this, guys. So sorry if I'm like going a little crazy. I don't think I'm missing any comments either. I'm going back between like screens. There's a lot going on over here. So I'd love to know, what would change in your business if you actually followed a rhythm like this every single week? Don't answer the question on the screen. Answer me. What would change in your business if you actually followed a simple rhythm like this every week? Be honest. Does this excite or like terrify anyone? I would absolutely love to know. I hope you guys that it's exciting you, because it's incredibly simple. We tend to overcomplicate things way too much and get so caught up in all the fluff of things that just don't they don't matter. We spend too much time on, like, like, for those of you who are making your own graphics, like, I know I am guilty of this often. Like, I'll resize things and move things, and at some point I have to go, it's fine. It's good enough. It'll get the job done. Like, so yeah. So, and that who cares? Who cares if that graphic is perfect or not? It doesn't matter. But yeah, we tend to just really overcomplicate our businesses. At the end of the day, like, it's people that help move our business forward. And so this rhythm, you know, it might be a little challenging at first. You know, anything new or anything outside what you've been doing, like, or outside your comfort zone, yeah, you can absolutely struggle with it. But after 21 days, something becomes a habit. And once you've built this in as a habit, it's going to feel easier. It's not going to feel so scary. Connie said it excites her, so I love that. Love that for you, Connie. And you've built a habit, and you're going to start to see it pay off. Yeah, I mean, it's so easy to overcomplicate things. I catch myself all the time, and I go, stop. I'm like, stop, Melina, because this doesn't have to be that hard. So now we can answer the question on the screen. What's one part of this rhythm you know you could start focusing on this week? That would be my advice to you guys. If you're like, okay, I love everything that you talked about, Melina, but honestly, like, the thought of tomorrow trying to implement it all, that stresses me out just a little bit. So we can take it one part at a time. This isn't a race. This isn't a contest. Nobody gets a prize for following the rhythm the best. I mean, your prize is the outcomes that happen in your business, and those prizes are only for you. So, like, this isn't a competition. So where do you feel like you could start focusing? Is it the connecting, or is it the sharing? Is it the inviting, or is it the follow-up? I would love to know. And one thing that I want to say before I show you guys the freebie is that if you have struggled with consistency, it's not because you're not capable. I think there's always room and opportunity to learn new things, but you have so much of what you need to be successful already inside you. Really, it's your heart. I think the core of this, connecting, sharing, inviting, and follow-up, that's heart work, not hard work. And so you've got so much of what you need already inside you. But maybe no one's ever framed it like this for you before. And this world is a very noisy place, and it's very easy to get sidetracked and caught up in what other people are doing, and like shiny object syndrome and all the things, because there's a lot of great ideas out there. And that's not to say that you can't implement those. There's a lot of cool things that you can do, and it still fall into this connect, share, invite, follow up rhythm. So let's drum roll, because it's time, you guys. It's time. Okay, I created a weekly momentum tracker. It's actually not in the shop yet, but it's gonna be literally after this live. Like, well, I say literally. Like, I gotta push a couple buttons and then it will be there. So if you want this, type freebie in the comments and I will get you the link. It is truly free, you guys, $0. And this lays out basically everything that I just talked about. So you have a place. Really, it's a 4-page PDF. You only need page 2 and page 3. And you know, if you don't want to print it in color, don't print it in color. Print it in black and white. You can print it front and back if you want, or you can print it 2 separate pages. You're the boss. But you can write what week it is. You can write what your focus is for the week. And then it's got check boxes, because I live and die by like a to-do list and a checkbox system. And this will allow you to track the activities that you're doing. So I said earlier that I would kind of talk to you about like kind of my formula. I do think that it is good to show up on social media at least once a day. I do really, really think that that's a good practice to put in place. Yay, you guys like the freebie. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed some comments. Sorry, hold on. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Connie said, I love a good process. Up my follow-up. Whitney says, inviting. I do it, but need to be more consistent. You can absolutely do it. You can do it. And then Connie said, well, that didn't look pretty. I want to up my follow-up. Yes, I got you. I knew what you meant. Okay. And then y'all typed freebie. Yay. So like I was saying, like, I think whether it's a business page or whether it's a group, showing up somewhere every single day, like that would be my recommendation. For my Kick It Clubbers, you guys already have a way to do that. So you've got that checked off. So yeah, so that's exciting. We'll talk in just a second about the actual like product content, because I feel a little differently. Is differently a word? I don't know. I feel different about that. I feel like kind of less is more. But on this second page, well, I guess the first page, if you skip the cover page, I've got check boxes. So once you've either posted for the day or once you've got your content, your engagement post content scheduled, you can go ahead and check those boxes off. You know that you've done it. Like I said earlier, like either, you know, figure out a time to reply to the comments. You don't necessarily have to be on social media all day long. You have other things that you could be doing, so you don't have to live in your group or on your page just waiting for comments so that you can quickly reply. Like, find, you know, you carve out the time to do it, because there's other things on this tracker that you could be working on while people are replying to your comments. And then I've got a conversation tracker, little phone, so you can color them in or check them off, whatever makes you happy. And there's a really random number there just from sizing. So I can't remember how many is it. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. There's 49. I'm not expecting you to have 49 conversations every week, but you might have a busy week. And so you've got 49 there. You can print out another page if you need more. But just, you know, I have a conversation tracker, a whole separate freebie, but I wanted to include this in the momentum tracker so that you've got front and back, basically your 2 pages of like the really important rhythm that you want to focus on. So next, for your share part, you do not need to post problem solving content every day. I would say let's start out twice a week. 3 times if you're like, no, I'm doing this. And you get to pick the rhythm that works best for you. You don't have to post helpful content and your tips every single day either. Start out, 1 to 2 times a week. You can absolutely do more than this, but it's okay to also start small. And then your stories and your testimonials. If you're not collecting testimonials from customers, I would recommend you start doing that. You can open a note on your phone when someone, gets their order and tries their product and they love it, and maybe they send you a picture of them wearing it or using it. Save that, and then whatever words they say with it, you just say, hey, I would love to share this as a product testimonial in the future. Is that okay with you? And I feel like most people would say yes to that. And then now you've got a testimonial for your product library. You don't have to share those every single day either. Once a week is great. Twice a week is, that's fine too. But just, it's good to like have a mix of the type of things that you are sharing when it comes to your products. Okay, let's talk about invite. I put 3 different sections here. So I've got number of sales events, so you can either you can write your goal there in one color and then the actual in another. And so that these are for my party people, my event people, my live sellers who are actually going live on, Facebook or TikTok or whatever platform you're using, to actually share your product and sell in the moment. So you can track that. And then number of sales conversations. So this looks a little different from just your regular conversation tracker under Connect. These are where you're actually talking to people talking to them about their next purchase or their first purchase with you. These are the people who have shown interest in your product, and you're letting them know what you offer and letting them know how to take the next step. And then I've got a place where you can put your sales goal for the week, and then in a different color write the actual. However you want to use this section is up to you. So that was just one idea. And then for follow-up, I've got a place where you can put your follow-up goal, how many people do you want to talk to, and then you can put your actual. So very simple, and hopefully that this is a good visual for you guys. If there's anything that you feel is missing from this, let me know, because I can absolutely make edits to it. But I was so excited to put it together. And again, this is one of those things that I'm like, why didn't I do this? Why did I not do this sooner? I really don't know. But we have it now. And so thank you for commenting. Freebie, as soon as this is officially in the shop, I will share the link with you so that you can go grab it and you can start using it as soon as you want. Okay. Do we have any questions? Feel free to ask your questions. And I can actually put myself back on camera. There I am. Hello. Hello. Okay, I'm not seeing any questions. And that's okay. I feel like I gave you guys a lot of information. So y'all are probably digesting. Connie has taken probably 6 pages of notes. No, I'm just kidding. Not that many. But I know Connie's over there taking her notes. Oh, yay. Oh, that makes me so happy. It helps reset your mind. I love that. That warms my heart so much, because we get so in our head about things. We number one, we sometimes don't know where to start, or then we get an idea and then we rabbit hole and then we start overcomplicating things. That happens, right? Or we have so much swirling around in our brain that we're well, now what do I do? So yeah, so I love how this, it really gives you it gives you the right things to just kind of focus on. And that doesn't mean that you can't do the other things. Like, I got the question last night from someone about like a standard operating procedure, and like this is that. I mean, there are other things in your business that you can and should be doing, but like those are the, I mean, really, they don't hold as much weight, because they're not necessarily like people. They're not always people focused. Yeah, you should check your email. You should check your, text messages, respond to messages. If you want to send a monthly, email newsletter, or you want to do something weekly, sure, all great things. But, the actual like person to person, the connections, the conversations, like that's where the money is. That's where you actually move your business forward. That's where you build momentum, build consistency, and that's where you get what you want out of your business. I mean, it's great. It's great to join, a direct sales company for the love of a product, but I think so many people also joined for extra income, or for other reasons, and the way you get those things is through achieving things in your business, through like whatever your definition of success is. But that's how you get that stuff. That's how you get the income. That's how you get the recognition. That's how you get to like move up and grow. And Connie is taking copious notes on 3x3 Post-its. Your Melina notebook, you just had it last night, Connie. Okay, so you guys, I love y'all. So I will be on Google Meet tonight for co-working. So here's the thing. If you're free at 8 p.m. Eastern, I've already got the link posted. I'll get it pinned to the top of the group in the featured section if you don't, that way you don't have to go searching for it. But yeah, if you're free, join us. If you're not free, that's okay. I'm going to post the co-working replay in the morning, if not sooner. I might post it before I go to bed tonight, but definitely by the morning it'll be posted. There is no formal agenda for tonight. I'll probably talk way more than I need to, because I like to entertain. I feel the need to entertain, and I feel the need to fill the silence with talking. But this is really an hour. It's 1 hour for you guys to bring some things from your to-do list to work on. So if you're like, hey, I need to work on some follow-ups tonight, or I need to invite some people to my group, or I need to focus on scheduling some posts or working on some graphics. Whitney, we will miss you, but definitely catch the replay tomorrow. You can co-work with us on the replay. But yeah, I really enjoy doing these, and I will be there to answer questions. So if you want to come ask some things live and in person, go for it. And like I said, this I don't normally record these co-working sessions, but I am for this week's purpose, because I want people to get to take advantage of everything that I'm doing this week. If you can't be there live, there's always a replay, and you guys are getting entries by participating. So I've got some prizes on Thursday, and I have a secret 6th prize I haven't even told y'all about yet, but I'll tell y'all Thursday. Okay, so I think we're done. I think we're gonna call it a training. Sorry for those of y'all who were here with me from the very beginning when I was on the wrong slides. That was funny. Yes, I love that, Gwen. Yes, spend some time with your hubby tonight and co-work in the morning. That's perfect. That is a perfect plan. But yeah, if you guys need anything else, feel free to comment, feel free to message me. And I'll be sending those of you who commented that freebie link in just the next couple minutes. So I can't wait to hear how it goes for you when you actually start using it and start following this rhythm. I'm very excited. And yeah, Yes, I'm just excited. That's all I'll say. All right, you guys have an amazing, amazing rest of your day. I'll see some of y'all at co-working tonight, or you'll see me on the replay tomorrow. Bye, friends.